This week, Omaha, incoming, highly recruited Iowa State Cyclone, a 2023 McDonald's All-American, Omaha Biliew.
This episode of One Star Recruits is brought to you by 500 Level. As always, it's 500level.com for all the hottest gear in sports. So many good t-shirts for Iowa State fans. Support the alum. They have Tyrese Halliburton Indiana shirts. They have our guy George Niang, 35 shirts from George Niang on the 76ers. Great Cyclones fans. Go to 500level.com. Use the discount code ONESTAR, the number one STAR, get you 20% off everything on the site. Let's go.
Yo, this is Omaha Biliew with One Star Recruits on this podcast. I'm just here to say, go Cyclones. Y'all be ready for the upcoming season.
Yo, aloha. Welcome to the One Star Recruits podcast. I'm DK, joined with my best friend of 25 years, Rip. I am hyped this week. I'm fresh off an acai bowl. I'm fresh off a Pauhana smoothie from my place, Maui style, Rip. You remember Choice Health Bar right around the corner from me?
Yeah, good stuff out there.
Dude, acai bowls are just the best, man. People sleep on them. They might be higher in sugar, though. I always think that I'm going good. I need to double check on sugar content. You mess with those acai bowls?
I've had a couple, but actually it throws me back to our interview with George Niang. We talked about his time in the G League in Santa Cruz, and he actually said, I listened back to the interview this morning, great Cyclone fans, George Niang, check that back out from last year with our podcast. He said his time in Santa Cruz in the G League is where he fell in love with acai bowls. He even shouted out a place up there. You know the name of it, I think, since you spent some time up there.
Oh, yeah. They have the real Brazilian place. Yeah, they did really good ones, too. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. The problem in Hawaii, it cost me $26 for two items, a small acai bowl and a smoothie, which seems a little bit crazy. Is that getting into the crazy range when I say $26 for two items? Are you accepting of that?
Hey, we know that's those Hawaii prices. And I bet in Iowa, that's like $7.99, bro.
What do you pay in Long Beach for the two premium health food items, I guess?
It's like somewhere in between there. I'm thinking about $14-15.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit less. Yeah, I'm starting to get immune from these prices, but it's brilliant. Moral of the story is, it's a beautiful day. It's wonderful to be here. I'm feeling good. My body's healthy. We have another one. We got them first. 1 stars for all our 1 stars out there. Another baller you'll see on ESPN next year, and you'll remember. Oh yeah, I heard Rip and DK talking to him on the 1 star recruits like 6 months ago. We did it again, Rip. We did it again, baby. We love the USA team.
We love Team USA. We've had a few U19 members from that squad. We had Cody Williams a couple months ago. And yeah, DK, it's crazy with this timing too, because the NBA draft is, of course, coming up in 8 days, June 22nd. This time next year, we'll be talking about Omaha most likely as a potential lottery pick. Right now, the NBA mock draft, NBAdraft.net, has him going number 15 or 16. So he's the highest rated recruit in Cyclones history, DK. Everyone in Ames is excited for this kid. That's for sure.
Yeah, we talk a lot about Ames. Good stuff. How do you feel about Pennsville Brand as your possible name? Pennsville Brand. Does that hit you, as make you jealous a little bit? Does it have a ring to it?
So let me get it. That's the city you were born in is your first name, like Omaha. He was born in Omaha, Nebraska, and then your last name. That doesn't sound as good as Omaha Biliew, man. You'd be what, Livingston Knops? That sounds. I'd be Livingston Knops.
Yeah, we don't usually put our governments out there, but I'd be a Livingston Knops there. Livingston, Montana, beautiful city. If you've ever seen A River Runs Through It, great movie, filmed there. I like it. I did the lame thing in the intro. I hope I didn't lose listeners by doing that, but I had to. It's where your instincts go when you hear that name. You're going to associate it with Cyclone basketball next year for sure. He's with the USA team. We got to mention, we can't start this thing without mentioning, they're in Colorado. The Denver Nuggets are champs, Rip. Big love, big hugs to everybody over there. We do a lot of Denver stuff on this podcast with the Nuggets. Peyton Watson's been on the show. Great relationship with them. So happy. Congratulations to the NBA champions, the Denver Nuggets.
The first one ever. I can't wait for that parade. I kind of jokingly sent you a text the other day. Do you think Jokic will stick around for the parade, or is he already going to be back on the first flight to Serbia to ride his horses and bet on that horse racing? But I'm excited for the parade, man. I love to see cities win that don't win often. And I'm excited for this Denver Nuggets parade, DK.
They asked him in the press conference if he's excited for the parade, and he asked what day it is, which they answered Thursday, and he disgustedly shook his head, disappointed, and said he just wants to go home. is his reaction to the parade, Rip. He's not very excited. Denver was acting a little foolish. I saw some gunshots. I saw some stuff that happens, though. Whatever. Here's what we're gonna have to deal with for the next week. All the 1-stars out there from Bar Harbor, Maine to Poipu, Hawaii. Here's gonna have to deal with this, Rip. You're gonna have to deal it with in Long Beach. Here's what you're gonna have to see: the rainbow skyline, Denver Nuggets jerseys from the 80s. These Denver bros, they're going to have beards. They're going to smell like IPAs and reindeer fillets. And they're going to wear their Skyline Denver Nuggets jersey for about another week. We're just all going to have to cut it up. They're coming out of the woodwork here, Rip. You might see a random Nick Van Exel, burgundy and dark blue out there. Those are kind of cool. Be on the lookout for those. But you're going to see these jerseys once every 3 years. Congratulations. Every bro who ever stepped foot in the Centennial State is going to throw on that jersey. So get ready to see it, Rip. That's the one thing I'm not looking forward to. Everything else, I'm very excited about Denver.
Hey, I'm all for it, man. If you win your first championship ever as a franchise, bring anything you want out of the closet, get those Birkenstocks from 2001 or 1998 or whatever it is, and roll them down. What's that main street down in Denver by Coors Field over there?
Denver, take it to Boulder. Roll them down Pearl Street. Head up to Red Rocks and check out Dave Matthews Band. Legends.
Legends for sure. DK, from Ball Arena to the Hilton Coliseum in Ames, Iowa. Hey, it's not too far fetched to see. We could see a parade going on in Ames next April after March Madness. Let's not get our expectations too high, but Omaha Biliew, this is an amazing interview. He doesn't do too many. Like you said, we're one of the first ones to have him up in Colorado with Team USA. Cyclones fans, enjoy this interview with your guy, incoming 5-star recruit, Omaha Biliew. Now joining the 1-Star Recruits podcast live from Team USA's U19 National Team Training Camp in Colorado Springs. We have an incoming Iowa State Cyclone, a 2023 McDonald's All-American, and a guy who hosted his own basketball camp even before he started college. Omaha Biliew is here with the 1-Star Recruits. Thanks for hanging out with the 1-Stars, Omaha.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Hey, we're glad to have you on. We're going to talk a lot Team USA, Iowa State here in a minute, but the stuff about your camp is really impressive to me. I know NIL is new and evolving and everything else, but I've been following hoops for a long time, and you might be the first player to host your own camp before you even started college. Let's call it trend setting, but it's a wonderful thing, man. You did it in Iowa earlier this month. Tell us how that event went and if it's going to become an annual thing for you.
Oh yeah, of course, most definitely. I mean, just connecting with my roots, Iowa in general, Milwaukee, and my mission and my goal is to touch as many kids as I can possibly. I like thinking back to when I was 8 years old, and I always wish I had a role model just to look up to that did accomplish those things, aspiring to go to the NBA and everything. So for me to get back, it means a lot to me.
It's a wonderful life, man. Yeah, giving back is everything. You're currently, for the listeners out there, Omaha's currently in Colorado, home of the NBA champions, Denver Nuggets, in Colorado. You've been with the Team USA Basketball Nike Hoop Summit. Here's some alumni, just to throw it out with some under-19 team members. Steph Curry, Vince Carter. We got fellow Iowa State Cyclone. We got Tyrese Halliburton, Klay Thompson. There's tons of names. You have Sudanese roots, but you spent most of your life in the Midwest, Iowa, Nebraska, Missouri. What does it mean to you to wear that USA jersey? And here's some of those names that I just mentioned.
Man, it's super humbling. I always think back to what got me here. Just the work and all the hours that I sacrificed. Away from family members, away from friends, and all that, just to get here. And it's proof in the pudding. And I never take it for granted. I get something on my chest. So, I go hard every single time when I'm out here.
You go. What number are you wearing on USA?
Oh, right now I'm wearing 18. My age number right now. But,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know currently. I don't know. We'll speak when we get that last cut. So.
And then another added bonus is your coach at Iowa State, TJ Otzelberger, is a member of the coaching staff out there. I hope he puts in a good word for you to make the squad, man. What's it like getting to spend the extra time with coach before you head back to Ames later this summer?
Man, it's a lot. Getting to know my coach a lot. On court. He's learning me. I'm learning him. And he's just putting me in spots that that some kids won't have earlier, in the summer. So me competing with him on the side, it just made me more comfortable. And, I'm really excited to go in. Even if I got to be in.
You should be, man. Tons of good stuff going. We loves Ames on the podcast. We had George Yang of the 76ers on the show. He explained the passion of the fan base out there. It really gave me chills. He loves it. We got Halliburton. We got Marcus Fizer. We got our guy Fred Hoiberg went through there. So many good NBA players and coaches have been through there. You're the highest rated recruit in the history of the program, Omaha, which is so cool. And I know you've been in that building and felt the energy. What do you expect the Hilton Coliseum to be like come November?
Man, sold out every game. Man, I mean, I would just say, just a lot of movies, like, things that you just dream of be a part of. I'm gonna have a lot of people room for me when I go up there. So, I mean, I'm gonna have a lot of energy coming out every night. So, I mean, I think Hilton might be one of the best college atmospheres going into next season. If not the best. So, I'm just ready.
I think it is too. Omaha, tell them, get your season tickets. Right now,
Okay.
Ames, get them. Get your mini plans. Get your season tickets. Okay. You're known for defense, being a great finisher, really just being a winner at a young age. I love that. And you've came a long way as a shooter and really an overall total scorer. You've got about 5 months now till the season tips off. Let the Cyclone fans know what you have in your hoops bag and what you're working on between now and then.
Man, I'll just say becoming a complete player. Obviously, finding out way more ways to improve on the game and impact the game. So I'll just say impact winning, and obviously individually, just becoming more of a ball dominant player, on and off the ball, and just being consistent every single day. I mean, that's what I find the most important thing for me right now.
How's that 3-point shot coming along? You got that? You got that in the bag?
Bangers.
Just
know it's going in. My dream.
We're excited to see it, man. I know the Cyclone fans are as well. Omaha, we end every interview with the segment we call 1 star to 5 star. Everybody knows we're 1 stars, man. We're trying to get better with advice and tips from every guest we have on this podcast. So just a few questions that for you that run the gamut on a 1 to 5 star scale. Let's say 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest.
Yeah, just look it up.
You left Iowa to spend your junior year of high school at Linkier Prep in Branson, Missouri. DK here, my co-host, he made a similar move in his 1-star high school tennis career. His parents sent him to a boarding school in Wisconsin, all the way from Arizona. And it's a big move for anyone at a young age, leaving home and getting almost that college-like experience. There's always ups and downs. What was the 5-star lesson that you'll take away from that experience that you can use later in life?
Just obviously embracing the time, there, being away, and I matured a lot. I learned a lot. Becoming who I am as a man and everything. Take as much information and knowledge you can in those moments. I was by myself, and I just stay positive every single time.
You know what it taught me, Omaha? It taught me to be resourceful. I was suddenly 15, 16 in the middle of nowhere. I had to be resourceful to get what I wanted. That was the biggest lesson that I took back with me, man.
Right. You playing tennis?
Man, I dabbled a little bit, little golf, little tennis, little JV hoops, but I'm not highly recruited like you, Omaha.
50-mile-an-hour serve over here.
Right. Hey, I just started playing golf. Like I just started learning my swing and everything.
Oh, let's go, man. Let's go. Have you what's your favorite club so far that you hit?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not like that yet.
Not that. Like so that. We got the drive. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, well,
yeah.
Hey, I live in Maui. I say this to most of the people that come on the podcast. We have very good golf here. If you find yourself out here, maybe Iowa State will come out for the Maui Invitational. I got you. Really good golf courses out here, man.
Bet with the views and everything. I got you.
All right, let's bring it back to Iowa for a second. We're on the West Coast and in Hawaii, so we talk Iowa. We're thinking Midwest, farms, soybeans, corn, all that stuff. It's where you spent most of your life, and a lot of people around the country, like us, a lot of people overlook Iowa. They just think it's a state in the middle of the country without too much going on. But what would you say is the biggest, let's call it a 1-star misconception about how people view Iowa that absolutely is not true?
I feel like when people say Iowa, they just think of nothing. It's a nothing state. There ain't nothing going on over here. I mean, there's everything everywhere. I mean, it just depends on who you are. If you're different, dabbling that stuff. But, I love being I love being in Iowa just for the simple fact that there's nothing going on, and I can just really just focus on my game.
And
That's all I need.
the people are so nice too. There's not a lot to do, and then nice people. That combo usually equals success.
Right.
All right, I got an idea to help you focus on your game even more here. The idea alert here. We got Hilton Coliseum on campus in Ames. We all know that college dorms can be a little bit sus and a little mid, but what if they knocked out a few luxury suites at the Coliseum and repurposed them as Homewood Suites rooms? So Homewood Suites is Hilton's extended stay brand, kind of like a mini apartment. If it worked, you and other hoopers could sleep in the arena and roll out of bed and just hit the court. Is that a valuable idea? I know nobody else is doing it in D1. So how do you rate that on a scale of 1 to 5 stars?
Yo, that's a 5-star question. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think it's that Hawaii again too. But I would say like, man, that'd be heaven.
That'd be heaven. Dude, let's do it at Hilton. Let's knock out a couple and put in a couple extended stay rooms.
Woo. Hey, I would stay AD, man. I hope y'all listen to this. we just need some food, man. We good.
Hey, you got food out there, man. Hey, last one. Speaking of food, let's take it back to Ames real quick. Lots of great food spots there. We're talking Wallabies, Aunt Maud's. They even have Bebops there. What's the 5-star NIL deal you want to see for yourself coming out of Ames this fall? Who's it with?
One person that I would love to do is probably like Chick-fil-A or something.
Ooh,
I just love Chick-fil-A.
let's go. That'd be a great one. Any nils out there? Chick-fil-A. Is there any other things that you've thought about other than Chick-fil-A that's interesting? It's kind of a new world, so fun for young athletes to think about it. Is there any genres or areas that you've thought about for nil?
Another food spot, I'll say like Wingstop. I'm just gonna talk about food. I'm just gonna talk about food now. But Wingstop, that's really all.
Wingstop, Chick-fil-A makes perfect sense. Get them on the phone right now.
And Blaze Pizza.
And Blaze Pizza. I'll get it all delivered to your extended stay suite at the Hilton Coliseum, man. Amazing.
Hey, get on this guy early. Everyone go follow Omaha at Omaha Biliew on Instagram, at Biliew Omaha on Twitter. Follow his journey with Team USA's U19 squad this summer. Check him out at Iowa State in the fall. Hey, if we make a road trip, we're going to come say hello to you in Ames for sure, buddy. Best of luck to you, and thank you for coming on with the One Star Recruits, man.
Nah, man, thank y'all, man. It was a pleasure.
Another one, dare I say, Rip, from the Iowa State University. Are we prepared to put the in front of it with the basketball program they're building?
Maybe if they win the championship. That's rare air. That's reserved for the U down in Miami and the Ohio State University. Everyone knows it by. Yeah, maybe if they win a title this year, we can put a the in front of it. I think that's what that's for.
Possibly. If you're an Ohio State fan, we had Tressel on a couple years back. He's really great interview thinking back to the V's. We got V. Who are the V's at this point in time that are acceptable? The Ohio State. Whom is Miami? The U.
The U, yeah, it's the U, Ray Lewis and all those guys back in the day. It's been the U ever since then.
Did we get the Arizona State at all, or no? That's not even close.
No,
disrespectful.
ASU party school, yeah. There's no these coming out of Tempe EDK. Maybe the Denver Nuggets now that there's a championship. How about that?
Maybe.
Pro sports teams?
Maybe D's nuts. Who knows? U.S. Open is in your neck of the woods, Rip. I think it's super cool. The U.S. Open's a big golf major, Mom. It's coming up. It's in Los Angeles at the Los Angeles Country Club, which sounds pretty cool to me. I lived in Southern California for a while. I'm thinking, I don't even know where this place is, where the entry is, where it is. Rip, you're an LA native. You're an LA guy. It's the LA Country Club. People say it's like an oasis in the middle of the city. I can't even picture it. Can you walk me through where this place actually is? Is it by the airport?
Nothing is very close to the airport in LA. It's probably within 10 miles of the airport. But it's probably an hour drive. So I believe it's near Century City, over by that UCLA area, nestled in those, like in the middle of all those buildings, man. Really, it's just a few acres out there.
In the Westwood, past Westwood, a little bit nestled in between there.
Yep, and I also could be 1,000% wrong, and it could be in like Compton or Watts, but I'm almost positive it's over there in that area of West LA somewhere.
Well, I'm excited. A lot of people are excited. I mentioned it last week. Rather than dive into this, because it's an area we both don't know a lot about, and listening more and more and reading more and more, nobody knows anything about anything. So with the Live PGA situation, we'll call it a situation. It's not even a merger. It's not a partnership. We'll just call it a situation for right now. It was announced last week. Everybody was stunned. Rip, rather than doing a whole thing on it and me talking like a dummy, I'm going to give you 3 questions. I mean, the golf for a 1-star with Rip here about this situation. Just whatever you've been too embarrassed to ask or think about here, and I'll do my best to answer. All right, so let's try it. You can do quick hitters. You can do a long-winded. You have 3 questions just to get off your chest about the Live PGA stuff. Go ahead.
All right. Who came out looking better in this? Rory McIlroy, Phil Mickelson, or Monahan? Who rank those? Who came out looking from best to worst at the end of all this?
Best to worst. I think best to worst. Harder pill to swallow right now as we sit today as a crow flies here, Rip. Phil Mickelson's looking best. He got the money. He's showing up. I saw he was early at the Los Angeles Country Club. He got some rounds in yesterday and the day before. He's skinny. And he might be on that Ozempic, but he's skinny. So that's pretty tight. And guess what, Rip? He's got $500 million more monies than Rory McIlroy. So number one's Phil Mickelson. He got the money. Now he's getting the cake. So that's you get to eat the cake. Rory McIlroy's number 2. For obvious reasons. He just had to take the brunt of everything. He's had to carry the weight of everything. And in return, he still, like me, like you, doesn't even know what's going on. So he's 2. 3 is Jay Monahan. What an asshole. Maybe it comes out in years down the line that this had to be what it is, but there's stories of him having secret meetings with the PIF, which is the financial group who's buying this whole endeavor, of hiding his face at business meetings and lunch meetings when certain people would walk in the room. So who knows, but he's number 3. So there it is.
All right. Number 2, why is a Saudi Arabian businessman now in charge of all golf?
Money.
Yeah. And also on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, how dangerous is that? 5 being extremely dangerous and 1 being now we're all good.
Extremely dangerous for this deal to become a fully fledged deal for political reasons that go way beyond golf. So to answer the first question, money. This is all money. The PGA made $1.6 billion last year in revenue, which is great, but it's not even a drop of sand in the money in the Scrooge McDuck vaults that some of these Saudis have. So money, 1 to 5 stars. Why this is going to be problematic? It's going to be problematic because eventually legislation, Congress, the United States is going to hop in just like they do with TikTok and just like they do with some of these other technologies that are not controlled in the United States that are scary for the United States. They're going to get involved. Regulatory stuff's going to happen. It's not easy for this to be super successful as it continues to grow.
Yeah, quick third one, 2-word answer here. Speaking of that tournament, who's your prediction to win coming out off all this mess? This is a major, right? Who's your prediction to win the US Open in LA?
The US Open in LA. I'm going to stick with a hometown guy who I've been rooting for, who I was rooting for from the day I saw him at the first tournament here at Kapalua at the Plantation Course in Maui. Max Homa. Max Homa wins this tournament.
All right, I'm going with my guy Corey Connors as always, the Canadian. I don't even know if he's in the tournament, but that's my prediction. All right,
yeah,
let's
he's
move
there.
on.
He's there. He showed up last week too. That's not a terrible bet, but it's not a bad bet. And mine's not the greatest either. We have all the guys back. We got Dustin Johnson's back. Brooks Koepka's back from Live. Rory's real motivated. It's going to be a good one. So we'll see. Yes, but Rip, moving on, man. Good golf seg. That was your best golf seg yet.
Thank you. Hey, Omaha Biliew just started golfing. He couldn't name any clubs, but you don't see too many 6'8" golfers out there, DK.
It's hyped. Golf is hyped. I think a lot of sports are slowing down a little bit in pop culture and kind of that vibe. I think golf is on the peak. Buy the stock now. Get a swing, Rip. Don't be the last ones out there. Don't be like pickleball.
Hey, pickleball, golf are 1-star sports to me. I'll be honest, DK. We're 1-stars. We always have 1-star moments of the week that, we live our lives as 1-stars. Like we always tell our listeners, something's guaranteed to happen to us every week. That's a 1-star moment. What you start? I always start, DK. What was your 1-star moment last week?
Okay, 1 star moments. I had a couple. I'm gonna do. This one was the worst one. So I got my carpets professionally cleaned a couple weeks ago. A quick $300, well worth it. Kimmy, long story short, Kimmy wanted a new couch. So the negotiations began because I don't want a new couch. I'm done with stuff in general for this time in my life. I don't want any more stuff. So we enter a negotiation. The negotiation yield an agreement to get a cleaner for both the carpet and for the couch. So God did it. Cleaner came out, did a great job, wonderful job. Come back from it was about 3 days, Rip, that we got to enjoy this wonderful carpet. Came back from a lovely hike. Boom. Open the door to the condo, smell of dead fish and garbage and a touch of feces. Hit your face, right? Smacks you with one. I know immediately that's either a UTIP or something else. Turns out to be the something else. So now I'm searching for a wet spot. I got carpet in the pad, fresh, clean carpet. So I'm like, if I could just find this wet spot, we can deal with it. Guess what, bro? Zero wet spot to be seen. Next step, obviously, you hands and knees. You can't let the smell continue. What kind of sickos are, would do that? Hands and knees. Every inch of the apartment took me to the last area. So I did hands and knees and the whole damn square footage. Get over to the entry of the laundry room. Hits me. Guess what we got, Rip? And we had a full anal gland rub was the verdict on the carpet near the laundry room door. Just the worst.
Oh,
Still working out some of the smell.
that was on the day. That was on the day you got your carpets cleaned.
3 days later, we got
Okay.
3 good days with it. So 3 good days with it, but very 1 star. Guess what was the best cleaner to get that smell out eventually?
I'm gonna go with the old reliable. What's it called? Shout cleaner. Shout. Let it all out.
It's a very 1990s middle class answer, middle lower class answer. Rip. Good old baking soda, bro, is the answer. That worked the best.
All natural. Hey, with those elderly dogs, man, you can never escape the anal gland leakage. So yeah, that's just that sentence is 1 star. But yeah, that's a definite 1 star moment of the week, DK.
You got to add it to your list at the vet to add that to the menu of offerings. You know, sometimes you'll forget it. You might catch one on your your bathroom rug. So record there it is, Rip. Can I say one more? I got one more small one.
Hey, we want to.
This is for Seymour because took me a while. You remember that sliding glass door that broke about 50 episodes ago in my condo?
Yeah.
I fixed it. I did it.
Wow. It took you like a year.
Took me a year. I had to source some stuff. Once I got over myself and my just being a puss, really, I found the second part. I'm missing one piece and I couldn't find it. So I found it, got it here. 1 star moment of this is it took me probably 3 hours. It's probably for a guy like Seymour, he's a listener in Utah. It's probably maybe a 15-20 minute slap together for him. It's about a 3-hour project for me, but better than ever. Slide in like a glove, double locks in full effect. I only had to call my guy Freddie, who's my homie out here, for one thing to help me with, and feeling good about myself.
I love hearing that, DK. I can totally relate because you and I are both 1-star handymen, and anytime we actually do fix something in the house, it's something to like hold our head up about, and really, I know the feeling after doing something like that. So congratulations, man.
I woke up 2 mornings now and proudly walked over there and slid them and looked at them and slid them and looked at them. Called Kimmy over, look at them. She's not that as impressed as I am, but it feels good, man.
I love that. Hey, I texted you a picture a few days ago of my feet in a tub of water. It was from my first pedicure ever. I'm in my 40s. I'd never had a pedicure before. Unfortunately, this is actually the first time in the history of the show. It's my 1-star moment of the week and my recommendation of the week, because I'll give you the 1-star part. We're in the 1-star moments of the week. You know, it was a good experience. I went in there because I run a lot and I have calluses on my feet and I have some like dead skin I need to get scrubbed off. So my wife told me, go get a pedicure. You won't regret it. So I went in there. I got all that done. That's good. I'll talk about that part later. But I didn't realize they're going to mess with my toenails and my cuticles and all this stuff that I never even, I clip my toenails, obviously. But so the woman did it for me. And while she was doing it, I felt this like little pinch in the corner of my toenail. And I was like, oh, that's not good. Right. And so, I went through the rest of the pedicure and everything seemed fine. And then when I left, I gave her, like a 25% tip. It was like a $10 tip. So that anyway, the next day I leave, and the next day I wake up, and that part of my toenail, my big toe, where I felt that pinch, it's all red. It's one of those things where she pulled the nail a little too much. It's probably going to get infected. So I left with this pedicure. I gave her a nice tip, and I came home with a messed up toenail, man. So that's my 1-star moment of the week. It hurts a little bit right now. It's only been 4 days. I know that thing will be good to go in about a week, but man, I gave that woman a tip.
She cut it too short, right? Too short. Then that's what happens.
And in the corner there, she pulled a little piece out that she cut too short, and I gave her a nice tip, and I got like 7 days of pain for it.
Yeah, it is painful. Sometimes I have a nervous thing when I'll pick at my feet. It's the grossest thing ever, but sometimes I'll peel off a toenail too thin, and I know, Rip, it's 5 to 7 days of pain.
That's what it is, man. And I'm actually going to roll this right into my recommendation of the week, because it coincides with that. And my recommendation of the week is especially for guys out there who are a little bit averse to this kind of thing. And I'd never gotten one in my 44 years of life. Go get a pedicure. If you have like calluses on your feet aren't soft and shiny like your wife's, or like they should be, go get a pedicure, man. It's well worth it if they don't cut your toenail too short. It's well worth it for the bottoms of your feet, because I went for a run yesterday. It felt amazing, DK. I had some corns on my feet. She got those out. My feet feel great after that, except for that little spot that'll be better in a week. So that's my recommendation of the week. What do you got?
Very, very cute. I can picture your bald head with you in a pedicure, sipping on a little iced coffee. Maybe you got a little boba tea you're sipping on in your massage chair. Very sweet, Rip. Treat yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself. That's what it is.
1-star rec of the week. What? I have 2 quick ones again. I'm doing the double time, Tommy 2 time this episode. First rec of the week, fins, dolphins. I'm Finnish. I got fins, Rip.
For snorkeling?
For snorkeling. 2 years and 4 months on this island of Hawaii without fins, only snorkel stuff. So I've been kind of just an amateur snorkeler. Guess what? Got some fins, slapped them on down at Kaanapali Beach on Saturday after a wonderful hike. What a difference. Way better.
Why do you even need them? You have big feet. Why do you need fins?
Dude, you can swim against the current so much faster, see way more stuff, way better. Like I'm 40, 41, and I'm not even Finnish. I'm not even finning. I'm out there with a mask, not finning. All for what? For not because no more. Call me a dolphin, bro. Call me the fin man. I'm out there finning. You want to catch me on any of these West Maui beaches? I'm out there racing turtles with my fins.
I'm happy you're excited about these fins. But once again, DK, you just gave a rec that all our listeners in Iowa, nobody's snorkeling. 95% of our audience can't relate to this. But I'm happy you got fins. But let's move on to your next.
All right,
one.
second real quick one. Second one. I was in a 10-year drought, and I should have been out of this drought earlier, but I had not had a massage in 10 years. Not since a couple's massage a long, long time ago. I got a massage last week. It's another rec of the week. If you have access to a masseuse, or it crosses your life, or if there's somebody who's, guess what, Rip? Masseuse is always looking for trades too. So you got a service and a trade for a massage, especially as you get a little bit older. IT bands, shoulders, work that shit out. Get yourself a massage.
Wow, we are 2 sensual males on this podcast, DK. Pedicures and massages all day. I love it, man. It's a great rec of the week there. It's always feels good to get your body rubbed a little bit.
Well, great episode, Rib. I'm really happy and excited that we continue to get these young ballers. 22nd, you mentioned it. We have the NBA draft coming up. We'll see where the Thompson twins end up. Very excited about that. Obviously, we think Victor's going to go number 1, Wembanyama to the San Antonio Spurs. So that's coming up. We'll have one more podcast before then. So we'll talk a little bit more about the draft next week. 5 stars if you enjoyed this. 5 stars if you liked Rip's question about putting a hotel suite inside of the Hilton Stadium in Ames, Iowa. 5 stars, or send it along to anybody who may enjoy this. All right, I got a couple random ones. Hit the music, Rip. Pat Sajak announces his retirement from Wheel of Fortune. Would you rather be on Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy?
Oh, 100% Wheel of Fortune. I used to be, when I was watching that show regularly, DK, I was on point. I would solve the puzzles more than most of the people on the show, quicker than those people. Jeopardy, you always get hit with those categories you know nothing about, like European art or sewing and stuff like that. So I'm going Wheel of Fortune all the way.
Fred Van Fleet looks like the first free agent to be looking elsewhere. Where would be a good landing spot for Freddie Van Fleet?
How about the Miami Heat? They could use some upgrade at point guard there. And Kyle Lowry went from the Raptors to Miami. I don't know if he's out of there, how much longer he has, but how about getting Freddie Van Fleet down in Miami, give them a little more firepower to get back to the finals next year?
Oh my God, I already see him in that uniform and that face. He seems like a creative player for the Miami Heat. Rip, the Westfield Mall. We used to go there in San Francisco when I lived in the Bay Area. They're no longer paying their bills. The hotels are out. Rip, if you were talking to the mayor of San Francisco, what would you tell them right now? What is happening there?
Hey, it's like they did in New York, over the last couple of decades. You got to clean up the streets. I know it's kind of gone back to some of that. It depends on who's in office sometimes, but you got to clean up the streets, man. You can't have people scared up there. You got to be able to walk around in safety without, the fear of getting attacked and stuff like that. And just clean up the city. That'll take care of everything else.
Less than 20 words. Are the Nuggets going to be a dynasty?
The Nuggets will not be a dynasty because there are too many good players out there, too many good teams. They might win another one, but it is hard to win, DK.
Tell the listeners why they need to watch the Arizona fucking Diamondbacks.
Man, this is the most exciting team coming out of Phoenix in baseball over the last since their World Series team. I mean, their best record in the National League. They got so many good young players. Corbin Carroll, we got Rojas, we got pitching, we got Merrill Kelly. We got so many good young players mixed with some vets like Evan Longoria. I did not expect this, but it's amazing to watch, and I'm all in, DK. Let's go D-backs.
Shock the world, 500 level. You got plenty of Corbin Carroll stuff. Get the Diamondback stuff before everybody else has it. Don't be the Denver Nuggets guy wearing the jersey now. Get it before. Use code 1STAR. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.